guys, welcome to the Handsome Money Podcast. Today we're going to talk about...
No, is the what the Jeff, what are you doing
Jeff
in there?
keeps us.
Was it Jeff tickling the inputs in there?
He had the ET fingers, dude. Just tickle the input.
If I were a trash can, where would I live?
Hey.
Hey.
First female guest on the cast.
You probably shouldn't be
advertising. I'm sorry. Is that your pronouns?
Oh no, that's fine. I'm just saying. I was making a joke. I was saying you guys shouldn't be advertising that you've never had a woman on the podcast before.
We're gonna have a competition of actually.
Yeah.
One of the challenges is who can get a woman to get on the podcast. That we don't know. It's gonna be strangers.
Since I asked, I won, I guess.
My mom's on next week.
Yeah. We do.
Woo!
So we're here. We're back. We're living life.
Yeah. Kind of like actually the OG members of Similiar Kind.
Yeah.
Miles for sure.
Yeah, I got Miles here.
Oh my god!
Oh my god.
Whoa. We weren't.
What is something Miles would say right now?
Well, a lot of things. Actually,
Hans Hermaser before you taste her.
that's actually the quietest Miles has been since I made him retract park car.
That's the quietest he's been since he had to retract park car. Or Maria.
He retract Maria?
No, just doing it was like it was like 4
yeah.
hours. And I remember, did we ever tell you the time that we were in my garage, we were practicing, and we were like talking about Maria, and out of nowhere he just goes, "We're all there, it's quiet." Or like talking about the song, like we got to practice.
There was like nothing he needed to confess at
like
the time.
nothing. It was quiet. We were all civil. Out of nowhere he just goes, "Maria is the worst song I've ever been a part of."
Yeah, it was crazy.
Straight up said it,
crazy.
like in the most rude way ever.
And there was a little bit of like a punch with it too. It was like it was like fucking funny.
It was like, it's the worst song I've ever been a part of, and we all were just like, "What?"
It was hilarious.
Does he still feel that way?
No.
He didn't like it because of the way. Like, it's so funny now looking back, but if you think about it, like he had never done the thing where it's like, all right, on the spot, you're gonna make up a drum part, like, or you're gonna do it this way, try it this way, or whatever. And it was like so stressful for him, so he hated it because of how stressed he was when we were recording it.
Yeah.
Which is so funny now because you could be like, "Dude, play this," and he'd be like, "Okay."
Yeah.
And it's like, wait.
He's come such a long way. I'm so proud of him.
Yeah.
Good guy. Be here any moment, right?
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
Sweet. So what are we doing? You guys are pulling me out of retirement?
Yeah, I think
Bass retirement?
I think we need a bass player for a show. So, Kenny's gonna play the bass. I think.
Yeah. I think you need a keyboard player for the show too.
Not only are you playing the songs though, you wrote a lot of the bass parts
I was like,
for the songs.
Kenny wrote all Similar Kind songs.
Those are the good old days. I remember, like, after the first Face in Places was out,
yeah.
and then you guys got Finn, and Finn came and he was like, "Did you play the bass parts on on Face in Places?" I was like, "Yeah." He went,
I remember that.
I'll never forget the first time we had band practice with him.
Yeah.
And he met Ben's dad for the first time, and they were in the kitchen together, and he like used a napkin or something, and he went, "If I were a trash can, where would I live?"
Yeah, that was crazy.
And my dad was like, "What the fuck?"
Or the time where he was like, like the many times where I've heard him say, "Where's your washroom?" Like no one uses that lingo anymore.
And now he's probably
but
like,
it
totally
fits,
opposite.
Like, it completely is on brand with him, because I wouldn't expect him to do anything else but go, or or ask where a trash can would live. It's like completely on brand with his vibe. So I remember, dude.
I remember I was living in Nashville, and then you guys called me, and he's like, "Hey Ben," I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "I broke my hand. I broke my hand. I don't think I can play." I remember being like, "What the fuck are we gonna do?" And then he played the bass with a broken hand, with his one finger. His one finger
was crazy.
His one finger. He had the ET fingers,
Yeah,
dude.
it was fucking insane. God rest his soul.
And then,
oh man,
Evan on tour is so weird about sleeping in beds. Like Evan was like, "No, I want to sleep on the floor. I like sleeping on the floor. It's gonna align my back."
I every day I would check.
Oh yeah, we would check
all the time.
the
I would check like around the edges of like where the carpet meets and
For like bed bugs?
for bed bugs, for any of that shit. I just felt like the safest place. And then also I wanted to
Do
try.
you do that when you go on vacation? You're like,
I
just
wanted
these places.
I
that we
wanted to
stayed.
like, but on a serious note, I wanted to try to realign my back by sleeping on the floor. You know.
Okay.
So between the two.
Yeah.
Eli's gonna be in this band, and like 3 out of the
Ooh.
4 out of the 5 people in this band. Well, actually, 4 out of the. Wait, hold on.
You got
Let me
it.
do this math.
back Kevin Feige.
Because if there's in the band right now is Ben, me, Miles, Nate, Jake. Then okay, the people involved with the band in the history. You, Taylor, Albie.
We're at 5.0
Finn.
right now.
That's 9 people.
That's
Ben
too many.
and
Kenny.
Taylor are graduating college. Kenny, did you graduate college?
Graduate.
kind of not.
So then 2 out of 10 of us, 1 to 5 ratio of Similar Kind crew graduates college.
Graduated. I graduated. She still has.
Wait, did you go to college?
Okay, she's gonna graduate.
Yeah, but she
We're
didn't. But didn't you go to NCC for some shit?
I
That
got
doesn't
my
mean he was-
real estate license.
He graduated real estate school.
So that
60-hour course.
if
3
only
tests.
if Similar Kind has a 1 out of 5 college graduation rate, does that mean we're stupid or really good at music?
Damn. Well, hey.
I got 7 credits left at Berkeley. They called me at graduation, and I didn't go. I slept through it. My mom was pissed.
Yeah.
I didn't get to watch you walk. I was like, yeah.
Damn. You're like, yeah.
No, you did not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shame.
Yeah.
Rather
All that money wasted.
all that money wasted
Yeah.
down the drain.
That's a good question, though.
You don't use any of that knowledge.
We'll see.
Just kidding. I mean, you went for what you do.
Yeah, but so that's crazy what she's talking about, because at Berkeley, I think my band, right, was 10 people.
Jesus.
One of them went to Mass Art, who still does music, right? And other 9, I think only 3 of us that went to Berkeley still do music
Damn.
as a profession. Maybe 4. Some still do music, you know what I mean, or involved with it, but
For pleasure, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah.
feel like if you're going to college for music, it's less likely that you're going to pursue music than if you drop out of college for music. If you complete college for music, it's less likely than if you drop out of it for music.
Well, I mean, I feel like people that don't graduate college and get into music are usually like in bands, and
Yeah.
people that graduate and get into music are in like working for like large companies or you know, doing something in the different fields rather than the actual art of.
Yeah.
Well, if you
Yeah.
think about it too, like if you're going to college, some people will focus just on college, and they'll have nothing else that they're focused on while they're in college. So like, I got to get my degree. When I get my degree, that's when my life starts. And they don't do. It could be anything. It doesn't have to be music, but we can use music now. Let's say somebody wants to be a musician, but they're going to school for music business. They're going to focus on music business for their entire 4 years they're there and not build any of the stuff to be a musician. So when they get out, they're like, well, it's over.
I mean, I've seen a few times people come in the studio or like tell you where they went to school, and then you see what they know, and
yeah.
you're like very surprised at what they've
how much or how little?
How little.
How little?
Yeah, fair
Yeah.
enough.
I mean, when I went to music technology, I literally, I went to school for music technology. I learned less than I learned, like, hanging out here when we were recording our own stuff. Like, you
No, that's good. I appreciate that.
know, like, the hands-on experience means a lot more.
Deadass.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Then-
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, especially now there's like YouTube University too. right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so much you can learn online. Which is dangerous too, but if you're diligent about it, you can kind of navigate through the sources that you find are valuable,
Absolutely.
you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I completely agree. It's really, really tough to see people come out of music school or college and not walk out with certain assets. Like I was really upset for me. Like I left Berkeley and no one told me about doing taxes. Like how can you leave after 4 years, like get introduced into the workplace and not understand that either you're a contractor or you're an employee or whatever it is? And a lot of these schools don't explain
that. Should start high school.
That should. Well, they had like. It was like you could take it if you want. It was like personal finance. I took it.
I never had that option in
my
I
took that at
I
McMahon.
think it should be mandatory.
No, it should be. Yeah, because then you know, like how to do your taxes or even just file or whatever.
Well, just how even you're looked at by like a company. Versus a contractor versus, you know, an employee versus salary versus workman's comp versus like health insurance and all these different things.
That's the big
how to
thing.
File.
The hurdle for me right now is figuring out how the fuck insurance works. I can't, but also like that should be under. I was taught. I mean, I'm under my parents' insurance.
Yeah, so
but
you got
it's just,
some time.
Yeah, but I'm.
You figure it out afterwards.
Well, no, but I'm saying like,
Well, you have to.
I recently got bills in the mail from shit, and it's not big, you know, small bills, but just figuring all that shit out and what it covers.
Yeah, if it's covered or
you know,
if it's
what
not.
the fuck. It's like so.
Yeah. Well,
I just can't believe that like you have to that is how our like the country is, and you have to know that or else you're fucked.
Well, there's so many different types of insurance, like where you fall and like your deductible and stuff like that, which is super. And you know,
well, yeah, because some people have insurance, like personal insurance, where you pay for it yourself, or your job pays for it, or your job pays some of it but doesn't cover this, or does cover this, doesn't cover that. It's so like who decides that?
Well, but even like for example, I was going to a speech pathologist because she found out I have muscle tension dysphonia. Basically, my neck just tenses and it makes me more hoarse easier. And she was really helping me, like, when I was meeting with her, and then all of a sudden the insurance stopped covering it because they decided I didn't need it. So it's like, but then they also, like, their explanation of benefits wasn't really, like, thorough, and, like, all it's fucking such a gray area. Like,
I feel like it's like this, okay? You in the United States, you need insurance. It's illegal to not have it.
Yeah.
So either your job offers it to you. If not, you have to get it.
Yeah, and
if not, you have to do this. If not, until you're covered.
Yeah.
Until you fall into
like the lowest form of insurance, and it's like
state, or, you know,
just,
Huskies, all that.
Crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy.
And it gets crazier because I've had to deal. Like my mom had early onset Parkinson's.
Oh shit.
So like dealing with Medicaid, like, is a whole nother weird thing. It gets very strange as you get later in life.
Sure.
Yeah, my I clean my grandma's house now. And her husband actually died of Parkinson's. But I'm going through all of their papers, and there's so many, like all the Empire things that, like sheets that she's sorted out. I'm like, holy shit, there's so much. I don't even know. I want to throw it out, but I don't even know what I can or what she needs to. I don't know. It's so much stuff. Yeah.
7 years. You need 7 years until you could throw out a document.
Really?
Do you think hospitals make things really expensive because of insurance?
I think
because they're like, half of it will get covered by insurance.
It's all, I think like the hospitals, pharmaceutical, and insurance, they're all like, you know, kind of working together.
Big pharma.
Yeah, probably.
Big pharma for ya.
Well, we went left on this podcast.
Wow.
But
we went from
challenge still stands. Cool, I gotta play some
Alex
bass,
Jones,
apparently,
our next guest.
and Evan's gotta play some keys.
You got discount Joe Rogan here. We got I don't know,
discount
Rick Jamie Rubin behind the camera.
Discount Rick Rubin.
Your discount. Who were we just talking about?
John Oates.
No,
Howard Stern.
Howard Stern.
Ew.
And you're his sidekick. Who's the lady?
Robin.
Robin. You're Robin. Well, here.
All right.
Well,
I think it's time to go thrifting.
Let's go.